Welcome back to part 3 of our interview with Jesse Cole, where he tells us why you should think like a reporter, as well as being the only. What are you the only person doing? Keep it right here. Part 3 is up next.
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performers Podcast with your host, Thor Conklin. Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Thor Conklin here. We give you the tricks, the tips, the tools, the strategy, the technology, and the psychology peak performers use in order to get more done and execute at the highest level. If you know what to do but struggle with getting it all done, or simply want to raise your game to the next level, this podcast is for you. Sit back and enjoy. You know, you're really good at executing. What are your secrets to execution?
Just execution in general?
Yeah. I mean, you've been able to, you figured out how to buy the team, you figured out how to grow the team, you figured out how to grow the fans. You take an idea and you execute on it. You are not just an idea guy, you make it happen. What's the secret to that recipe? Because so many entrepreneurs have great ideas. I love when people come to me. I got a great idea. Really? Wow, I'm all ears. What's this one? You know, it's like, tell me that you executed on a deal, then I'm interested. What's your key? Exactly. What's the key to execution?
For us, it's been simplifying everything and simplifying our goal, simplifying who we are. Our business changed dramatically when we named our business Fans First Entertainment. And when we named our mission became Fans First, Entertain Always. And everything we do is fans first. So it makes decision-making easy. How do you execute? You got to be fast. You know, so many people, they take so much time. It's analysis by paralysis or paralysis by analysis. They think about all the ways something can go. We teach acting. And the first question I say, is it fans first? You know, if our staff can answer, is that a fans first way to do things, then we do it. And, you know, to give you practical examples, you know, when we determine, you know, what signs are going to be up at the stadium, determine, hey, are we going to have free cookies in our store? Are we going to have free cookies in our office? You know, little things like that are easy decisions when we know that it's fans first. And we talk solely after every meeting, every staff chat, what fans first moments did we create today? And it's amazing after games when you see our entire staff literally getting teary-eyed because of these amazing things that they did for families that you would never imagine. I mean, I could tell some unbelievable stories, but that's what binds us, that's what brings us together. So simplify who you are, simplify your mission, and simplify what you're trying to accomplish. When you do that, when we know it's about fans first and the difference that we make in people's life, it's the impact. It's not about dollars. Dollars is a byproduct. We don't make decisions based on money. We make decisions based on impact. And that makes it easy for us to execute.
Well, you have a simple goal. You know, you just ruined my second question. Thank you, by the way. I always ask this question because it's so important and people get hung up on this. Is I ask, how do you determine what to say yes to? But you already answered that. You have a very clear mission, and it's fans first, period. If it doesn't fall in, you're not going to say yes.
100%. And how can we impact more people in a greater way? So, you know, that's what we measure. Like, it was great. One of our staff members said, Jesse, we still talk about money. You know, we do a best email chain ever where we literally acknowledge every single time we bring in tickets and we sell tickets. And it's this real positive email chain. It's great. But this year we stopped actually putting dollar figures in there. It's 120 impacts, 250 impacts, a group of 500 impacts. So everyone in the business is talking about people as impacts, not as dollars. And most businesses talk as customers in the sense of dollars, not in the impact they're making on them.
Yeah, and it changes how you look at your client base. Again, it comes back to that customer, client, fan, or pocketbook. You know, many businesses just look at it as a target. It's like, who's your target now? Who, you know, where's the money coming from? And that comes across in how you deal with that client, fan.
They feel it. They feel it, and then you make the sale, and then you moved on to someone else.
Yeah.
You know. Actually build the relationship and keep building the relationship. That's the difference. I mean, so many people are like, I made the sale. Who's going to be my next sale? Who's going to be my next sale? Because what they're doing, their leaders, their managers are chasing how many sales you make, how much revenue you bring in that month. They're not chasing the impact you make on each person. I talk about this in the book in Find Your Yellow Tux. In the great movie Jerry Maguire. You know, he wanted less clients, less money, and wanted to give more focus to the clients. And what happened? He got fired. But it was a great Hollywood movie, and he built a great relationship with Rod Stidwell, or whatever the character was. You know, that was the focus. And I thought it was brilliant. Stop focusing on money. Start focusing on people.
Yeah, there was a company I was thinking about doing business with, and at the end, kind of at the end of their website, you could actually go down and then actually see the legal entity that they were operating under, and it had the word piranha in there.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, piranha. I was like, ooh, I don't know. Maybe if they had said, customer first, client first, taking care of people, LLC. No, piranha. I was like,
And you could feel it. Same thing. I know. So you work with lots of clients, and when I walk into a client's office, you can feel it immediately in the culture. Is the culture about bringing in money, or is it actually about their customer and their fans? And I'll choose. I'll be selective. I'm sure you are. I don't want to work with these people because they go so against. They don't align with what I'm trying to accomplish and what we're trying to do and making an impact. So it makes it very easy. I mean, executing can be very easy if you know what your mission, you know what your purpose is.
Yeah, and it's completely focused on that and not a whole bunch of different areas. We talk all the time about you can't have everything, but you can have anything that you want. But you've got to say no to some things.
Exactly.
And I know that if it's not fans first for you, it's not going to get into the agenda. We were talking earlier about fans first versus profit first. In order to get profit, you've got to start with the fans.
It's a byproduct. Yeah,
that's right. That's where you start. It doesn't start with profits, then you get fans from the profits. No, you get profits from the fans.
That's why I shouldn't have. I was the final keynote speaker at Mike's ProfitCon. I should have been the first one. All right, let's start with fans first, and then we're going to get to profit first.
That's right. Profit second.
Yeah, exactly.
What's next for you guys?
We're thinking big. So basically, from a Savannah Bananas perspective, we have 3 divisions to our company. We have our games, which is our tickets. Then we have our events, where we do, literally food truck festivals, beer festivals, concerts. We actually, again, whatever's normal, do the exact opposite. We had the first ever morning beer festival, where we actually started the beer festival at 9 a.m. and the slogan was, "You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning." And Thor, it actually killed it. I mean, we had a line at 8:30. It was one of my proudest moments, seeing people drinking craft beer on our field on the mound at 9 o'clock in the morning. It was a proud moment. So that's the second division of our company. We're enhancing that dramatically. We've hired a full-time director of events. And then the third part, which excites me more than anything, is our media. And most teams, they're focusing solely on their games and their sponsorships. Like I mentioned, we have a full-time videographer, but our videos, and you check them out on YouTube, Savannah Bananas, have garnered on Facebook over 1.4 million views. And we do parodies, we do music videos. I mean, you can see "Can't Stop the Peeling," which was Justin Timberlake's song that we twisted. Our players sing, they dance, and we're going to figure out how to take that to the next level. We've been in talks with some documentary producers and potentially even looking at doing a series behind the scenes. Because again, what can have the greatest impact? If now we're selling out all of our games, we're over capacity, now we're going to start looking at media and how we can take that to another level. So from the Bananas perspective, that's it. From my perspective, I'm just fortunate. I'm speaking in the yellow tuxedo, trying to inspire people to think differently, to put their fans first, how to stand out and create attention. So I'm doing a lot of that and growing the podcast business done differently. So it's been a wild ride. And then on top of it all, my wife and I, we announced with a press conference at the stadium, which was funny. The media actually showed up. We announced our first signing of the year, and we held up a onesie. And it's a player to be named later. That's going to be our baby arriving in early May before the season. So
nice. Congratulations.
So thank you very much. So on top of that, it's going to be a very wild ride. But, again, we're just having fun. And I can tell from you, if you have fun with your business, taking on more and trying new things, it's exciting. It's not like, it's not I have to do this. It's I get to do this. And we feel like that every single day.
I love it. Hey, I got a new idea for you. Tequila sunrise at sunrise.
I love it. All right, so right when sunrise, we lay at the field, tequila all over the field.
That's right.
Perfect.
That's right.
Perfect. I'll make sure you're there for that.
I don't know if I'm going to start drinking tequila at 6 a.m., but...
And you keep going with the idea. See, that's the big thing. I love craft beer, so that's why literally we did a video of, we put an airbed on the mound, and at the morning we filmed at 6 a.m., and my wife was in a robe, and she went and she saw me sleeping, and she went into the fridge, and instead of getting coffee, she poured me cold beer, and we recorded, "The best part of waking up is cold beer in your cup," and that was our video. So, because I loved it. I love cold beer, so I love craft beer. So, again, if you don't like tequila, we're not going to have an event for you.
Well, I do like tequila, just not very often at 6 a.m. We might have to start the event a little bit earlier in the night, like midnight, and then, pull an all-nighter before I'm drinking tequila.
All right, then go to tequila sunrise. All right. We'll work on the logistics.
That's right. Well, maybe from sunset to sunrise. I don't know.
Right. Just details.
Exactly. We'll figure it out. Somebody will show up.
That's for sure.
I want to end with, we could keep going on forever. You've got a lot of publicity on some major news outlets. Everybody wants that type of publicity. How'd you get it?
Again, keep everything simple. I talk about this in the book. Think like a reporter. With your business, think like a reporter. A great lesson I learned from Amazon was they have all their people, before they come out with a product, they write a future resume about what the product's going to do, the impact of the product. Not a future resume, a future press release. We actually do future resumes as well, but they write a future press release about what the product's going to do. So we think like a reporter with everything. So when we pitch media or we're talking to media or sharing things, what's the story? So the idea, like with MSNBC, who spent 3 days with us this past summer, we thought, hey, we're changing baseball. We're thinking that it's a circus and a baseball game breaks out. And we repeat that same thing over and over again. And it's so funny, when the producer was interviewed by the local media, she said, it's like a circus and a baseball game breaks out. It's a circus, she said. She repeated the same things that we say over and over again. So when you start thinking like a reporter and then you take care of the media, that's how you can start getting some national publicity. But if you don't have a story, you get nothing. So you have to make sure you're doing something different. So I ask every business, what makes you different? If you start saying we have a better product, we have a better this, we have better that, that's not different. Better is not different. Only is different. So we think, how can we be the only one to have a morning beer festival? How can we be the only one to have, Dolce and banana underwear? How can we be the only one to have a breakdancing first base coach? That's how we think with everything. And I think most businesses just think that way.
Hold on. I'm writing that one down. Is it only is different? What's different?
Yes, only is different. Yeah, better is not different. Only is different.
Better is not different. I love it. Only.
What are you doing that you're the only one doing it? That's what makes.
I'm writing notes. And I'm serious. I'll just comment on this. If you're out there listening to a podcast and you're listening and it's entertaining, first of all, this is an entertaining podcast right now. This is great. But take notes. Write these things down. Figure out how you're going to execute this in your business. One of the things I do all the time as I'm recording these, I'm making notes and I'm executing on things. I'm either buying books that people have recommended and implementing things in my business. One of the things I'm going back to my staff with is this takeaway. It came after an hour of the conversation, but it's like, yeah, we're doing a lot of things that are better than others, but what's the one thing that we're doing that only we do? I can't answer that question right now, and I need to.
It's tough, and then that's what makes you stand out, and that's what Find Your Yellow Tux is about. It's that one thing that makes you stand out, and then you never have competition again. And I talk about that in the different mindset. Cirque du Soleil. Look at the circus. I'm a huge P.T. Barnum fan. Just saw Greatest Showman, amazing movie. The circus is dead, but Cirque du Soleil is charging more than any circus ever charged and dominating because they are the only. They looked at what the circus was and went a completely different direction and turned it into something that no one's competing. There's no other Cirque du Soleil. They are the only. And I think that's when you think about with podcasts, with any business that you have, how are you the only hairstylist that does this? The only insurance salesman that does this? We're trying to be the only baseball team that does this.
I love it. And I know you have a gift for the audience as well.
Yes. FindYourYellowTux.com. That is our website. And for your listeners, FindYourYellowTux.com/peak. I've got the secrets of the Yellow Tux handbook, a few other videos as well. But you can actually get the 6 steps to stand out directly from the book on Amazon. So I think that'll be a good tip, some good tips for your listeners.
I appreciate it. How else can they get a hold of you?
Hey, I have fun on Facebook. I am the Yellow Tux Guy. So if you're on Facebook, Jesse Cole, the Yellow Tux Guy, and at Yellow Tux Jesse on Twitter. Not really strong with my Twitter game, more of a Facebook guy, but you can find me there. And I direct everyone. Here's one thing. When they're listening to podcasts, if you have questions, reach out to someone. I love when I get reached out to with questions because it gives me an opportunity to serve and help more. And so many people are afraid to ask. They don't ask enough questions. So literally on LinkedIn, you can find me, or just Jesse, and that's Jesse. There's no I. Jesse at FindYourYellowTux.com. Shoot me a note with some questions, and I will get back to you. Great lesson I learned from Mark Cuban. I shot him an email when I was 25 years old. He wrote back within an hour. All right? This is Mark Cuban. So if he can do it, I think all of us can do it. So I'd love to hear from anybody.
Yeah, I always correspond with the audience. Any question that they have, they just send it in, I answer it, and they're kind of shocked. It's like, is this really you?
Yeah, I heard that too. I had like a young person who was trying to look to work in sports. It was like, I thought it was like, you're like a rapper or a celebrity. You thought I was like a rapper or a celebrity? I go, let's start this over.
That's pretty good. Well, Jesse, thank you very much for coming on. When does the season start?
Yes, we start May 31st. Opening night's already sold out, and it looks like the whole season will be sold out. But if you reach out to me, I may have some connections. I think I'm going to do some behind-the-scenes tours this year. So, yeah, I would love to have you check out the Savannah Bananas as well.
Love it. How many home games are there?
We have 27. So, again,
Wow.
Another great point. Baseball has, 80 home games? It's
Yeah.
too many. We're fortunate. It's 27, so every game is a show. Every game's a circus. Every game's an event. And we're fortunate to be able to do that.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing one this summer, so thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening today. I really do appreciate your time, and I hope you found today's show valuable. If you would like to receive these shows automatically to your phone or to your computer, simply go to iTunes and subscribe. After listening to several of the shows, if you're so inclined, please leave us a 5-star rating, as this helps us reach additional people and spread the message. If you're truly committed to taking your life to the next level and doing whatever it takes to become a peak performer, but something's holding you back, something is blocking your way, and you just can't seem to figure out what it is, send me an email to info@thorconklin.com, and I'd be more than happy to get on the phone with you. We'll schedule a 15-minute discovery call. No obligation, no cost. I absolutely love to hear from the listeners, and if there's something I can do to help, I'd be more than happy to do that. Also, if you found something of great interest in today's show and you want to share that with your friends and family, simply go to my Facebook page, Thor Conklin, click on the episode, hit the share button, and share it on your page. You can follow me at Twitter at Thor Conklin. The website is thorconklin.com. We're constantly adding new free resources, discussing additional tricks, tips, tools, and strategies on how to be a peak performer. Remember, I try to keep these episodes short so you can listen to them during dot time, doing other things, commuting, driving, walking, working out. Decide to be a peak performer in all that you do. And until tomorrow, have an absolutely amazing day.